You should absolutely contact a lawyer if you feel like you need help with your accident or if you are injured as a result of an accident. Most important reason that you always stop after a car accident is because you want to make sure that you're okay. You want to make sure that the person in the other vehicle is okay. And you also want to make sure that you exchange information with whoever you got into an accident with so that you can make a claim. Call the police and call 911. It's important to call both. The police will want to be there because you want a report made, especially as to your injuries being documented, and also because we want a report that says who's at fault for the accident. And then of course the paramedics, because they want to be able to address your injuries and any other symptoms that you might be having at the scene, and then properly evaluate whether or not you need to be taken to the emergency room. Oh, 100%, absolutely get to safety. If you are unable to move your car out of the lane of traffic wherever you happen to be hit, that's okay. Just make sure that you put your hazards on. Do not exit your vehicle if it's not safe. This is especially important to remember if you get into an accident on the freeway. Do not ever exit your vehicle on the freeway unless it is absolutely necessary. You want a report that documents how the accident happened, where it happened, when it happened, who was involved. You also really want a police report that states who is at fault. Oftentimes, especially if we have just two drivers that are involved in an accident, the other driver might have a very different version of events as to how the accident happened. And it's important to have an independent statement from a police officer who has been able to come to the scene and look at the evidence and take statements, and then they will be able to determine who was at fault for the accident. Never admit fault at an accident for anything, and actually don't even apologize. The most important thing that you can communicate after an accident to whoever you were involved in the accident with is making sure that they're okay, making sure that you're okay, exchanging insurance information, calling the police, but do not ever discuss fault and do not ever apologize to the other driver for anything you feel like you may have done wrong. You want to exchange information at the scene of the accident before the other driver has a chance to leave. There's a couple of different things that you want to get from them. Number one, a copy of their insurance card. If they don't have a copy of their insurance card on them, or they are for some reason not willing to share it with you, at least try and get the name of their insurance company. I would also ask for take a picture of their driver's license, take a picture of their license plate, and also on that same note, take as many pictures of your vehicle and their vehicle as you can. Pictures are extremely important, especially in cases where liability may be contested. And the most important part of the information gathering also with respect to the insurance is that if you are injured, you want to be able to make a claim against their insurance without having to go through your own if possible. So in addition to reporting your accident to the police, you want to make sure that you report your accident to the insurance companies for both drivers or however many cars are involved in the accident. I understand that sometimes you don't want to go through your own insurance for issues like this. However, if there is some kind of a delay in you getting the insurance information from the other driver or drivers who may be involved in your accident, it is vitally important that you at least report the accident and any kind of injuries to your own insurance company. If you are able to get the insurance information for the other driver or drivers involved in your accident, call them first. The earlier you make a report, the better. An issue that might come up, especially if you are involved in what might be described as a minor accident. Oftentimes the police will not come to the scene unless there are major injuries reported, or unless the accident is, the cars are disabled and they actually have to come to the scene. If the police decline to come to the scene of the accident, that is a situation where you absolutely want to document as much of the scene and as much of the vehicles as possible and get as much information from the other driver as possible, because later on, you won't have a police to rely on for that information. After an accident, if you are injured Even if you feel like you have minor injuries or just some aches and pains, it's extremely important to go to your primary care physician. If you don't have a primary care physician, go to urgent care, go to the emergency room, get whatever kind of medical treatment that you feel is necessary. Oftentimes after an accident, you might not feel injured right away. If that is the case, I would still at least make a phone call to a doctor and document the fact that you've been in a car accident. And then oftentimes what will happen is a couple of days later, you'll start feeling, what kind of aches and pains can normally happen after even a fender bender. So it's extremely important to communicate those things to your medical providers and to get the necessary medical attention that you need. You want to keep all of the information that you've gathered with respect to your car accident. Photos, insurance information, the other driver's information. The other part of information that you really want to make sure you hold on to is any kind of witness information. In an incident, if you are involved with another driver who may have a different version of events as to how the accident happened, and especially if the police are not going to respond and make a report of your accident, if there are any independent witnesses, anybody around that you can get a statement from, or even that has any information as to how your accident might have happened, get their name, get their phone number, do not lose it. If those witnesses can corroborate your version of events, it's extremely important. And if you lose that witness information, it's very likely we will never be able to find that person again. So that part of the document and information gathering is critical. There are several ways in which calling a lawyer can be extremely beneficial to you. Number one, right off the bat, it just takes away the stress and worry of having to communicate with insurance companies. After an accident, it's very likely that you will start getting phone calls from insurance adjusters, and they're going to be asking you questions and asking you for information that they're probably not entitled to. So one, having a lawyer who represents you right off the bat, you will not be receiving phone calls, you will not be receiving letters. As soon as we put them on notice that you are represented by counsel, they are barred from communicating with you directly unless I give them explicit instructions that they can. I never give another person's insurance company explicit instructions that they can communicate with my clients. The only time that I would allow an insurance company to communicate with you would be your own insurance company if they needed to work out some deep details of your property damage claim. The other reason that it's extremely beneficial to have a lawyer is because we're on your side. We want to help you. We want to help you navigate this extremely complicated and somewhat frustrating process of having to file an insurance claim, not only to get your car repaired, but also to make sure that you're getting the kind of medical treatment that you need, to make sure that your rights are being protected, and just to know that somebody is fighting to make sure that you are going to be properly compensated for the losses that you have incurred. And sort of on a personal note, when I represent my clients, I really do see it as a privilege to have a relationship with my clients that they feel like they can come to me for advice and guidance and support. It's not just me dealing with insurance companies and maybe, referring you out to a provider if you need it. We are here to help you. We are here to guide you. We are here to counsel you through what could very potentially be the worst experience of your life. We want you to know that we are here for you in many ways, not just representing your legal rights, but being here as a support system as well.
Let us know what you think in the comments below. And while you're down there, please like and subscribe. Thanks again for watching.